What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Neil, and we are at Dynojet Motor 2K. This is going to be that primo shop to get some adjustments done to that beautiful bike sitting right over there. But before we dive into that, I want you guys just to take a look at a couple of these rides sitting at this shop. Jesus, look at this thing. This is one beautiful car. My God, look at this gorgeous, gorgeous car. And then we come over here and look at this thing. Now this is something you don't see very often in Ho Chi Minh City. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen one of these things, and I've been here 10 years and I've never seen one of these babies lying around. My God, look at that thing. It is absolutely gorgeous. And I know this isn't the heart of the video, but I gotta show you guys this because I was just blown away when I saw these babies. Wow, holy mother of God. So then we come over to my bike, which is gonna look like mincemeat compared to those things, but this is my bike. And the reason for this video, my friends, is we're gonna be modifying this thing. Now, I took it to the shop today. I'm actually a little bit earlier. The people haven't arrived just yet. But we're going to be modifying this thing. We're going to be beefing up something fierce. And I'll talk more about that in another video. But what we're going to do today, guys, is we're actually going to do a dyno test on this thing. We're going to see how much horsepower this is. Now, this is a small bike, guys, in Ho Chi Minh City. You're not going to use some big powerhouse. This is a CBR 150R. It's just a 150cc. But we're going to be changing that. We're going to be adding a bit more power to this thing. We're going to be doing quite a bit of modifications to her to really bump her up. I already have a nice aftermarket exhaust put on this thing, which cost me a pretty penny. This thing was not cheap at all, right? Then the mud guard, that's just for a little aesthetic looks, right? The plate eliminator, you know, to back up that plate. I never liked how those plates were always sticking way the hell out here. I can't stand that. I think it looks terrible. Not to mention it's easy for someone to back into that thing. But, you know, lots of future plans for my baby here, really just to beef her up. And a funny story, whenever I came here, I actually thought about buying a different bike, but after what they told me and after what they told me they could do to this bike for the amount of money that I would spend, this really sounded like the better deal. So we're gonna jump into the dyno test afterwards. We'll show you guys that and then we'll just go from there. All right, before we get into the dyno testing, I wanna show you guys a little bit of this shop and show you some of these amazing bikes lying around here. Get a load of this thing, man. 79.5 Ducati Monster. This thing is freaking gorgeous, but it only gets better from here, my friends. If we come over here, look at this smorgasbord of power. Look at this smorgasbord of power. This is absolutely insane to see in Ho Chi Minh City. You just don't see bikes like this floating around. You don't see these things. They're very rare. And you go to this shop and you just see them everywhere, which really shows the legitimacy of this place. This is absolutely insane. I mean, look at this, guys. Aprilia? What? I have never seen one of these bikes ever over in this country. I've never seen an Aprilia ever. And if any of you know anything about an Aprilia, they are insanely fast. In fact, all these bikes are. And funny thing, later on, guys, we'll be doing a little comparison between this Kawasaki Ninja 400 and my bike in the future. We'll talk about that later on, but this was a bike I was actually considering buying. Absolutely beautiful. I freaking love this thing. God almighty, this thing is gorgeous. And that pipe sounds amazing on this thing. But then we get over here, guys. We got another Kawasaki Ninja right here. Just absolutely lovely. And then we scroll over to some big boys. I mean, look at this. And guys, I mean, this is where the moneymaker's at. I don't know if any of you know what this thing is, but this is a Kawasaki H2R, and this is the fastest motorcycle in the world. This baby is supercharged. I mean, look at that, guys. Right there it says it's supercharged, which is freaking absolutely insane. I believe it's the only motorcycle that is supercharged. I mean, you can put on turbochargers and things like that, aftermarket turbochargers and things like that on bikes. But this is a factory supercharged motorcycle. These things are actually illegal in some countries. And maybe it's an H2. I'm not really sure. It just says H2 on here. I'm not really sure. I'm not really too familiar. But it's either an H2 or an H2R. But either way, this is an absolutely insane bike. Woo! And then we get into this, the Ducati 749. God almighty, I love me some Ducatis, guys. And there's other bikes here as well. But I just wanted to show you guys, like, seriously, and I'm going to say it again, this smorgasbord of motorcycles. I mean, these things are absolutely beautiful. All right, guys, we just got done doing the dyno test, and I'll show you guys exactly what we were able to achieve here. So this here is showing how fast the bike was actually capable of going, which is about 96 kilometers per hour. And if we look at the horsepower rating on this baby, the bike has 14.44 horses is what we're capping out. Now, these guys are expecting that we're going to be able to get 30 horse out of this motorcycle after the modifications that we do to this. So we're hopefully going to be able to double the power of this baby. And I will show you guys like some of the parts that we're going to be getting. I don't have them yet. They don't have the parts in. They're just going to start tearing this thing down and taking it apart, getting it ready for the modifications that we're going to be doing. But I will show you guys all the parts and everything that we're going to be doing to this motorcycle to try to achieve over double the power. It's going to be really interesting to see how fast this thing can go, how the get up and go is going to be, what kind of torque it's going to have. But now we have an idea of how powerful the bike is right now, which isn't very powerful at all. I mean, 14 horse isn't really nothing too special, but it is only a 150cc stock CBR. So after we do the modifications, you know, like I said, they're hoping we're going to get about 30 horse out of this baby, which is going to be really, really fun. And show you something really nice, guys, about the Vietnamese people is that, you know, they're actually going to let me use one of their bikes as a loaner while while they fix up my bike. So I'm going to be riding this little guy right here, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool that they're actually giving a loaner. They don't have to do that, but that's pretty awesome that they're actually doing it. So, I mean, I'm really, really excited about this. Really, really excited to get some power out of it. Oh boy, that Ducati just looks insane, doesn't it? Jesus Christ. Maybe in the future, boys, maybe in the future. But again, guys, you know, this is Dyno Jet Motor 2K is the name of this place. You guys can actually even see the address on there, and we'll see how it goes, man. But we'll get back. I'll let you guys fill you guys in on all the details in the future as far as, you know, what we're going to be doing exactly to the bike, what modifications we're going to be doing, maybe even do a little comparison between that and maybe one of the other bikes that are here at this shop. But guys, let me know how you're all doing. Let me know what you'd like to see in the future. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. Bye, everyone.